Hi everybody, my name is Liam and today we're going to be talking about online abuse and what to do if you experience it. Over the past few weeks, we've been taking your questions on some of the issues affecting you the most. Today's question comes from Chloe and she asks what you should do if you experience online abuse. I think it's firstly really important to define what online abuse actually is because it can happen in so many different ways. Traditionally, we always think of online abuse as just existing on social media, but actually it can manifest in so many different environments now, whether that's in a Zoom call, on WhatsApp, within a game. The possibilities are pretty much endless. As a general rule of thumb, online abuse is something that happens to you digitally. It's when somebody purposely goes out of their way in order to upset you, to make you feel threatened, to defame you, or to impersonate you. Firstly, and most importantly, it's really important to document and evidence every single thing that happens to you. In most cases, cyberbullying is short-lived. It could be one or two nasty comments and then it will disappear. But sometimes, and unfortunately, it can actually get way worse, which is why it's really important to gather as much evidence as you possibly can, especially because content can be removed. So this could include screenshots and chat logs. So all major social networks and online platforms do have reporting functionalities. So report every single piece of abusive content you receive. If you find that you're reporting and nothing's really been done about it, or it's just taken a long time to get a response, you can actually report directly to Ditch the Label by visiting ditchthelabel.org/reports or click the link below in order to go to our reporting tool. Now, we're able to get most content removed within a period of 24 hours because we have special relationships with most major social networks, so please do utilize that tool. It's also really important to understand that the reason you're experiencing online abuse is absolutely nothing to do with you. It's not your fault, it's not your problem. In fact, we have research to show that people who are abusive, particularly online, quite often have poor mental health, low self-esteem, have stress and trauma and difficult situations in their lives that they're not dealing with properly. And I always say that happy, confident people really do not go out of their way in order to try and pull other people down and make them feel bad about themselves. So please don't internalize the abuse that you're receiving and see it as a problem with you, because it absolutely is not. If you know the person in person who is sending you abuse, perhaps they go to your school, then it may be worth actually speaking to a teacher who may be able to intervene and help resolve the problem. We also advocate that sometimes it is appropriate, if you know the person, to actually approach them and talk to them and tell them calmly how it's making you feel and ask them to stop. Some people actually invite a third person to join that conversation, which we call a mediator. Now, the role of a mediator is to make sure that the conversation is balanced and that it remains calm, and they can actually de-escalate a situation if it starts to become argumentative. If you are looking for a mediator to help you do this, then speaking to your teacher might be a really great place to start. It's really important to only do this if you feel safe and comfortable. Do not do something that's going to sabotage your safety. And finally, if the abuse you're experiencing is particularly serious, for example, somebody is sending you death threats, they've leaked your personal information, you're receiving hate-based comments such as racism, transphobia, homophobia, then these are actually grounds to report it to the police, and they should take it seriously because it is a criminal offence. And this is why it's so important to evidence and document all of the abuse that you experience. If you or somebody that you know is impacted by this issue, please know that Ditch the Label is available for free confidential advice and support at ditchthelabel.org.